Alrighty, also shout outs to my boy Your Saint. We're on his account because he ended up getting a full Core 7 Mihara. I damn near already came to my conclusion of how I feel about Mihara, but why not try her at Core 7? Even though I technically have done that in shooting range, it's just in shooting range you don't have overload gear and stuff like that. So we're gonna be trying out a Core 7 Mihara in shooting range, and all that good stuff, but I'm not gonna lie, Mihara is not the character like you need. I'm not gonna try to lie. I'm not gonna lie to you guys or nothing like that. I don't think she's the character you need. The only reason why you should be going for Mihara, in my personal, honest to God opinion, is for the simple fact that Mihara is a character that will what's it called? Like, she's a character, you should only go for her if you don't have Rappy, if you don't have Cinderella, if you don't have Scarlet Black Shadow. If you don't have a very good DPS already, that's the only reason why you should be going for her. That's what I believe. I believe you have no business summoning for Mihara unless you just want her, because even if you get her, this is a character people are not going to use. If I own Cinderella, if I own Scarlet Black Shadow, if I own Rappy, if I own all these insane DPSs, I'm not using Mihara unless I'm in Solo Raid or Union Raid. That's 100% true. This character is just, she's not bad, but like, she's bad. It's just hard to explain. Like, she's bad, but she's not bad. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, she's weak when the damage she's putting up is right beside Rappy. Like, right now, Rappy is at 242, and she's at 78 million without using her burst skill, right? And then after her burst skill, right now, we're going from 90 million to what? We went from 90 million to what? Let her cook, let her cook, let her cook. To 259 million. Like, Rappy's still above, don't get me wrong, but from 90 million to 258 million, like, that's a good character in my opinion. I do believe that's a good character in terms of the little damage. But my thing is, like, in shooting range, that's where you're gonna see her pop off the most. I think people are saying she's bugged because she's bugged in the event or something like that. But if she's only bugged in the event, I'm not sure if she, like, I'm not sure. People are saying she's bugged in the, like, special event, but I don't know if she's bugged. I'm pretty sure it's just how it is, because when you read her kit, the numbers she's putting up make sense, right? When you read her kit and you, like, actually understand what they're saying, it makes sense. Basically, she's doing this 25% of sustained damage every 1 second, right? That I guess has a cap of 20, realistically, right? It's continuously until it reaches 20 times. And then when you use her burst skill, it's going to multiply that stack by the burst skill, which is good. But they will remove the ensnaring chain. So that 25% damage every 1 second continuously, that stacks to 20 times, is completely removed, right? Which is damage that I guess people thought were going to be on top of her burst skill, but that's just not the case. I do think Mihara is a great DPS. Like, I'm not going to act like this character doesn't cook. On my free-to-play account especially, this character pops off on my free-to-play account, right? And that's just because I have no good DPS. I only have Red Hood, as you guys know, right? But other than Red Hood, I don't have, and Little Mermaid as well, but this character is a must-have for me on my free-to-play account, where on my main account, I have Little Mermaid. I can go about my day, right? The only reason why I would need Mihara personally on my main account is for content. That's how crazy it is for an anniversary character. For me to say that, it sounds so crazy. The only reason why I would need Mihara is for content, because all of 2025 they have been doing this distributed damage and sustained damage stuff, where they might drop more sustained damage buffers or more distributed damage buffers for distributed damage characters or sustained damage characters, right? But literally all year they've been doing this weird stuff. Mana, sustained damage. The maids, distributed damage. Freaking Crust and Bready, distributed damage and sustained damage. What? The only character that came out this year that had nothing to do with that would be Asuka, Ray, and then Trina. Everybody else that dropped this year, and Rappy I guess, but everybody else that dropped this year prior to this anniversary were all just sustained damage or distributed damage. So it's like, she could be very useful in the future, but I doubt it, bro. I mean, I think she popped off with some Rosanna. Don't get me wrong. I think she cooked off with some Rosanna. But yeah, like, if I see a character doing 1.1 billion, I'm not going to sit there and say she's a bad character. Like, I'm not, personally. because you can see right there in your face that she does damage. I just think you're only gonna see that in shooting range, because it's the sustained damage is considered a debuff. Now, there's a lot of enemies in the game that do have some type of thing where they just stop debuffs in general, right? That makes Moran. That makes Mihara a character that's just not that valuable. Like, she's not even good in Indivilia, because Indivilia, once Indivilia removes damage or debuffs and stuff like that, all her sustained damage, basically her entire kit, goes down the drain. And that's a problem for me. I feel like when you're not able to compete in anomaly interception, where type advantage, being the type advantage and all that stuff matters the most, that's when I feel like you're not that good of a character. And because this character's whole thing is sustained damage, but then it doesn't work in a stage because, oh, and even her damage here, like, let me see, I'm sorry, is Rappy Core 7? She is as well, okay. And she is level 445, but like, I don't know. I just don't feel like Mihara is that great. I just don't feel like she's that great of a character. Compared to all the other characters in the game. Like, I'm gonna do a top 15, because I don't think she's a top 10, but I want to rank her, and I gotta do a meta tier list as well. So I think I'm gonna do my top 15 characters in the game after this anniversary, and then I also will do my meta tier list as well, which I don't know if I would even put this character in meta, because I don't think she's gonna be meta after this anniversary. But we'll have to see, right? We'll have to see. But I just don't find it cool that she's, like, you know, not that great. I just don't find it cool that she's not that great. I am gonna like use this team now, because in the other one I had to, okay, it leveled up at least. Okay, I'm just gonna give you quick gear because I don't really care about that. But 555 is good, right? With the overload gear, basically. I want to see what this is looking like, and then I'm gonna put litter on the team for you. All right. And even against mobs, like, I'm not gonna be funny, but this character against mobs is not the greatest as well. I don't think so. I've tried her against mobs 2 times and she would perform horribly. So let's see how she does with the core 7. But I don't know what it is, but her and mobs are just not good. Like, off rip, she's gonna do 2 million damage, right? Because she just does that. But the thing is, the units she does that thing to are the units that, like, she marks with the sustained damage. So once those units are dead, I think it's when an enemy appears she'll apply it or some shit. I don't know. Alright. What's her damage? Okay, we're about to use her burst skill, right? Okay. We're at 66 million. There's only 2 enemies on the screen, right? No, well, 3. There were 3. Let's see. 66 million to what? To 146 million. Yeah. I don't know. I think these mobs are a lot more tanky, but, like, against mobs, she's probably not the best option either. I think she's just good for bosses. Genuinely. And that's if the boss doesn't have some type of debuff immunity thing. She's only good for bosses that don't have debuff immunity. Other than that, I don't see why you want to. Look, I don't see a value in this character. I just don't. Because look, 191 to what? Because all those enemies died. That's cool. 191 to what? To 254. Like, you guys can see as clear as day the difference between mobs and bosses. This character is just not, and that's with Rosanna. If I took Rosanna off this team, this character would do far less. Genuinely, she would do far less damage. So it's like, you guys can see it for yourself. I don't know if she is bugged in general. I don't think she's bugged in general. I think she's just bugged in the actual event. I'm not sure. she might just be bugged in the event, but when you read her kit, what she's doing does make sense. So I'm not sure, or not when you read her kit, when you actually understand what she's meant to do and how her kit works, then what she's doing, the damage she's doing and all that stuff makes sense, right? It makes sense that she's doing less against mobs than she would a boss, right? Because there's only one boss, where when it comes to the mobs, the moment the mobs are dead, the sustained damage that she had on that one mob is gone. It's not going to transfer to the next character. It's not a virus transfer like Haran. It's just, ooh, when Haran gets her favorite item, she might be nutty with that virus transfer nowadays. But you know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, I don't feel like Mihara is. I don't know if I've been saying Moran this whole time. I'm sorry if I have, but Mihara. I don't feel like Mihara is what we need. Like, I just look, like, oh, okay, 700 million. Her damage isn't still not even that bad, but it's a lot less than what it is against bosses, right? But now there's only one enemy, and this one enemy can't die. So now you're gonna see Mihara pop off because it's like, it's a one boss, one enemy, and you know what I mean? It's a minion that's never gonna die, or the boss that's never gonna die. So now she's gonna pop off a lot more since it's one singular enemy, but I just don't, the value in this character is not it. It's not it. I don't feel like 824 million because it's one singular enemy, right? Let's take a look and see. It's only one enemy. To 927. Yeah, yeah. Like, oh, no. It's such a niche character. She's such a niche character. Like, in shooting range, sure, but in general content, against mobs is not going to be that good. Against bosses that have debuff immunity is not going to be good. In PvP, we can try her out in PvP as well, so it's just a core 7 showcase, right? And I think I'm going to do that actually right after this. I'm going to try her in PvP because she does have an effect that does do damage the moment enemy spawns. And then if her burst skill does get off, she should have sustained damage on them as well. But this is the outcome, 1 billion to 1.7 billion. Like, it's like, why am I going to summon for this character if I have Rappy already? What do I gain from this character? I don't need her. She's not going on my main team, and she's useless for Indivilia. So once I see something like that, ask yourself, why do you need this character? If she's garbage for Indivilia and she's not going on my main team for campaign, interception, or anything else, why do I need to summon for her? You know, make it make sense. I do have her on a PvP team already, so I want to try her here. Let's just see who's here. Let's go with this team. This team is around our power. Well, not my power, your Saint's power, but let's take a look and see. Let's take a look and see. Like, what I'm expecting her to do is just nuke, not nuke, but like at least get damage off. Like, you see, okay, Jackal got her burst skill off. Noah, and now she's gonna get her burst skill off, right? And now she should just have sustained damage. Which, okay, hold on. Why is her and Jackal doing, her and Biscuit doing the same? Okay, it's fine. Let's try this team. This is a lot stronger than us. Let's try this team. These are not, like, that's not like a full-blown meta team though. Like, I want to go against a Noah, which most people are using. What is it looking like against that? What is it looking like against the Noah? That's my question. Anyways, let's take a look and see. Okay. Jackal, Noah, and now her. I will say against a character, like, okay. Don't tell me the heals are outshining the sustain. Okay. I'm so. Was the heals outshining the sustained damage? No. Okay, hold on. She's popping off in PvP, but let me go up against a real team. Let me go up against a Noah Jackal comp. Okay, this is a Moran Jackal, or a Moran Noah and Biscuit comp. Let's go against this one. Okay. Let's see. How does she do against Noah when they have immunity? How does she perform against them? Let's see. Okay, Jackal we got ours. Okay. We got ours off. Okay. Sustained damage. Okay, we're both immune right now. What is she doing now? Okay. How do we lose that? Oh my god. Cause Scarlet Black Shadow exists. Not Cinderella. Bro, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Let's see if I can get one more in with a different. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I think Mihara is cool. I think she's cool and all, but I don't think she's worth it, bro. I don't think this is a character you need to have. I don't see why you would need to worry about not pulling this character. If you really are that concerned about not getting Mihara, you can get her on the wish list after her banner goes away. But I'm very disappointed because I was like, one, it's a pilgrim unit, and we're looking at another character that's probably not gonna get touched ever. Like, we're looking at a character that's not going to get used ever after this anniversary. Like, I can see it. It's kind of like a Grave situation. Even though Grave is great, right? This character is just not going to be used, I don't feel like. But hey, you guys let me know what you think. It's your boy Zxous. I'm out, bro. I'm out.